I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, Rob. Mr. Rob here. This is one of my heroes. Thank you so much. Truly, thank you for having me here.
Thanks for coming by and having a chat.
So you happen to be the managing director of this beautiful brand, which is not just consoles. There's a lot that goes into Allen Heath. My very first question is, Allen Heath, the name. What's the name? What does it mean?
Allen Heath was an engineering company in England in the 40s, 50s. And by the time the founders of Allen Heath, the mixing console team designing mixers, wanted to form a company, the easiest way was to pluck a pre-registered name out of a company's house. And that's what they did, the quickest and easiest way. So they just picked up a name called Allen Heath, which is, I think, an engineering ball bearing company.
Is it really?
Yeah, and they grabbed the name, so no one knows who Allen or Heath were.
Okay, so have you always been into sound?
Yeah, I was a guitarist, as many of us were in my teenage years, and became obsessed with sound, wanted to use mixers, became obsessed with electronics and software, and ended up then wanting to manipulate sound and as an engineer, not as a user.
So you were an audio engineer?
I did electronics, and then did a brief career in acoustics, and then ended up working for Allen Heath in 1993.
What did you start off doing for them?
I was researching the first EQs and compressors and things like that, and trying to work out how we built a digital desk.
Wow! Since 1993.
Yeah.
So pretty much going from analog to digital, you got to see a lot of that come
Absolutely,
through.
yeah. It's around 1993. We were trying to work out how we went from our analog platform into a digital space, and it took many years. And I think the first was the DR128,
yep,
the Matrix mixer, and we went on from there. Icon, IDR, and then eventually iLive.
So what do you think was so Allen Heath went from kind of a church brand to one of the major players in the field, and it's really in the last 10 years has really shifted. What do you think was one of the keys to success to making this a truly household, not just household name, but in the church market, in the touring market, and really a household name? What do you think was one of the keys to success for that?
I think there was really, really good, solid investment in the company. I think Audiotronics Group really helped Allen Heath get solid investment in R&D. The other key thing about Allen Heath is we listen to the customer. In fact, the customer designs the products. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
Just listen to your engineers, listen to your sales guys, listen to distribution, listen to dealers, listen to you, and then use all that to design the next product. Years of research into how to make digital consoles. I think we've got that pedigree now, and we've got a great R&D team. So I think that's our secret. I guess it's not a secret anymore.
No, it's been fantastic. And I love the price point for these as well is fantastic, and where you guys have positioned in a market that is truly all over the place. You can get consoles that are $1 million, $500,000 down to very low, and I think it's been specifically I come from a house of worship background, and I feel like it's a good value for the money. Honestly, you get even more value for the money. So I pulled some of my friends on social media, on my Instagram, and there was a few questions. I would love to ask you some of the questions if that's okay.
I'll try and answer.
Okay. Question number 1 here is going to be from 03 MSC. What type of research goes into new product design?
Ask the customer. First of all, ask the customer. Then we've got a great product team headed up by Nick Beretta, our director of product, and he works very closely with the R&D team, try and form a concept. Then we do a rough costing, see where does the product sit. How much would it cost for all the components to sit within this product?
Sure.
What's the tooling? What's the time? So we start planning the project, and we're quite good at doing that quite accurately, so we can really see where we're going. That's how it all starts, and that's how it then moves on.
It's interesting that a lot of people have ideas for stuff, but I think they don't realize that is there also a demand for it. I'm sure people come to you all the time, like, you should do this, you should do this. How do you differentiate stuff that is something that has teeth to it and something that's not?
Ask users. You get users requesting things, then go get a concept together, maybe ask other users do some tests in the field, talk to key distribution, talk to dealers, talk to end users, and just keep trialing ideas. You can't do it in solitude. You've got to talk to the users and people that buy the equipment.
Because I think some people think that, why can't this be on my SQ? And it's really not that easy, whereas it's completely different platforms.
Yeah, I mean, the power in our latest effects unit is considerable. I mean, the amount of FPGA and ARM processing in one of those effects units is probably a large proportion of the CQ by itself. So it'll be very difficult to then provide that kind of level of processing in a CQ. But as technology changes over the years, things change, and eventually you'll be able to bring that technology down into a lower end, or a different application.
Absolutely. Next question, Pablo Moreno. Plug-in Alliance UAD, etc. in DLive system. Do you see that maybe being for the future?
Yeah, we like interfacing to external plug-in systems. Obviously, we've just launched our new effects. That's right in our heads at the moment. But yeah, we're always keen to see where that's going. There's obviously the Fourier development, very exciting. Waves, UAD. Yeah, we're always open to talk to manufacturers on what's next.
Okay. Next question is from Andy D. When and what is the next console?
Well, that's a very difficult question to answer. We've got a great R&D team. We've got, I think there's 53 R&D engineers now in the UK, in Penryn, in Allen Heath. So we're working on many projects, and we're always keen to make sure all of our customers, be it a CQ customers, got a new firmware release. We just released 1.2. Obviously, we're working on next steps there, keeping SQ customers happy, keeping Avantis customers happy. We've obviously just kept the DLive customers happy, and AHM. So there's a lot going on down in Penryn, and I think the trick is to facilitate an R&D team that can keep everyone happy.
But there's no plans to get rid of this platform anytime
Not
soon.
at all. We've just invested hugely in new effects and features.
Next question is from Jacob, front of house. Would love to hear if they are planning on implementing bus-to-bus workflows.
Okay. Yeah, that's been heavily requested.
Okay.
So group-to-group mixing, things like that. Yeah, we're looking at things like that. A lot of users are asking for this kind of stuff. So
okay.
Yeah.
From Sound Dave would like to know, where's the distressors so all my DLive friends can shut up about it?
The distressor is a very complicated compressor model. I've been most people know I've been researching it for years.
Yeah.
We've got various parts of the circuit working. I've spoken to other modelers working for other companies, and we all agree distressor is a challenge. It's slightly easier to have it on a VST or an external platform. There's more power, but when you have to afford it across 128 inputs and all the mixes, it takes quite a lot of work, and we don't want to release it until it's right. But I know some people will be disappointed to see it not in 2.0, but we're still working on the algorithm.
Next question is from Don's Press Play. Does Allen Heath plan to ever upgrade the DLive Surface?
Well, of course. We're always looking at everything. Tell the gentleman to send the ideas in.
Send the ideas in. From Slipper Brown, also, what is the long-term plan for Rack Effects Ultra DLive? Is there future plans for expanding capability?
Yes, I mean the four guys that have worked 4 years on what we've got are already working on other algorithms. So watch this space.
Okay.
Hope we won't disappoint.
I guess my question I have is, what's next for DLive? That maybe came out today or yesterday.
I mean,
can you share a little bit about?
I think I think it's a theme in this interview. We're listening to the customer.
Yes.
And that's the most important thing. We're really lucky to have, I think it's 11,000 DLives out there now.
Yeah.
Probably already 12,000. Last time I looked at the numbers, and we're so lucky to have them all very happy and giving us ideas on what to do next. So we just generally listen.
Yeah. Could you share a little bit about, summarize of what just came out?
Yeah, so the new 2.0 gives new workflow improvements. It gives actions where you can have multifaceted control changes under a touch of a key. It has scene preview facility in the Director software suite. It has cue-list editing with loads of MIDI communication there to make that easy to use from a mix rack or a Surface. But of course, the add-on effects card to give 8 additional super powerful effects units, giving you vocal processing, gridding, auto-tuning, harmonizers, 4 voice harmonizers, 2 voice harmonizers, with auto key detection on the 2 voice, saturation, distortion, and 2 smashing reverbs. So yeah, all built into a console. Who else does that?
I mean, definitely not Midas, no.
Hey, they did say professional concerts.
They did say professional concerts. What piece of advice would you give to Allen Heath users that would immediately make their lives easier?
That's a tricky question.
Or something that maybe that is, you feel like they...
Follow the right forums. Reach out to your dealer and distribution suppliers to the consoles. They're great. We've got a great team. So reach out. If there's any problems, reach out to the people that supply you your consoles in the States. You've got some great people. It's certainly in House of Worship, amazing people. So work closely with people who supply the console. Listen to them.
Yeah.
And follow the right forums and reach out to Allen Heath. We're out there.
Looking back at your career now, what is the proudest moment that you've had of your career?
I think seeing the company grow, and seeing that right investment, and huge R&D facility now, huge number of R&D engineers, and a prototyping facility, and the quality engineers all built into one, with great marketing and a great sales team. So just to see Allen Heath grow has been an incredible privilege to be part of.
If you had one message you wanted to say to everybody that is watching, what would be your one message?
Wow, one message. Keep using our product. We're no one without you.
Thank you so much for your time. I know you're
Thanks.
busy, man. I really appreciate you.
Pleasure. Thank you very much for giving me the time.
Yes.
Cheers.